viewers, you are watching Africa Renaissance TV and I am Bakari Mane, and today I am here in Barra. And Barra, the environment I am here is called Fort Bullen. Fort Bullen is the center where cultural festival, the expected cultural festival of the Barra Niumi Cultural Festival organizers have identified to host the program of the festival, which is expected to start on the 2nd of December 2022. Follow me as I discuss with the organizers of the event how prepared they are towards this event.
Hello.
Yes, how are you? Okay? Good. So these are the organizers of the cultural festival. They will discuss with me as to the plans and the preparations towards the cultural festival, which is expected to commence on the 2nd of December 2022, in which over 1,000+ guests are expected to converge here for the festival, where diversity of cultural heritages shall be portrayed. Follow Africa Renaissance TV during that period. Hello viewers, this is Africa Renaissance TV, Artv, and I am Bakari Mane. Today I am here in Barra, ahead of the cultural festival that is to take place from the 2nd of December. Seated beside me is the founder of that cultural festival, Mr. Abba Hydra. Abba Hydra has been visited to shed light on the circumstances of the cultural festival. Yes, Mr. Hydra.
Yes, greetings.
This is Africa Renaissance TV. Can you introduce yourself to the viewers and tell us
greetings
about
to everyone. Greetings to my viewers. My name is Abba Hydra, and Artv, thanks for coming here. Welcome to Barra, I would say. You are cordially invited. In advance, I would say. You are cordially invited to attend this 3rd edition of our Niumi Fort Bullen Colonial Heritage Festival.
Thank you.
It's the 3rd edition, and we are making preparations towards it. There are a lot of timelines before this day that we have already exhausted. Part of it was consultation and community engagement. We consulted first with the authorities. We went to area council, developed our own business plan, project document, and gave to the governor. We sat over it. We told them our concerns, and we wanted them to get involved. And for that being the case, we also came back to mobilize the community, and we agreed some time ago on the 28th and the 27th dates as specific days for cleansing, the entire community, in preparation for the festival events on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th December. So I am glad that you come here to at least hear some good, valuable information regarding the festival. So as brothers in the struggle, I would say I welcome you back to Barra. I welcome you here in Barra. And I'm very glad that I'm seeing you as Gambian and fellow youths, let's say youths, to venture into this good endeavor. Okay.
So as the founder of this colonial heritage, what actually motivated you to found this particular thing?
Yeah, I'm an artist by profession. I taught arts and craft in many schools, Pakalinding Middle Schools, Albreda Middle Schools, But what I have observed is that being an artist, I need to be heard. I need to also, my work also needs to be seen. It's heard and be seen. And in the Gambia here, promotion of creative artists are very, 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 almost next to impossible. People take art here for granted, just for jovial occasions, and then it's just for fun, but not taking them as a serious business. This is one of the reasons why I left the teaching and went to Ocean Bay Hotel, But prior to that, during my primary school days, I was national champion 1992, 96, and 98, organized by the UNDP and UNFPA poster contest. So I am a cartoonist. I also work with the former veteran journalist Deda Hedera. We were producing the Point Fund magazine. We were publishing the Point Fund magazine until his demise. There are a lot of factors that has motivated me to this, because festivals are opportunities to gather people of different backgrounds and different status. So that's why I initiated this festival since 2008.
Since 2008?
Since 2008.
And this is the third edition?
This is the third edition, but I'll come to that.
Okay.
It was not registered. The concept was being propagated, you know, but the reception was not very welcoming. Okay. I had to be consulting here and there, going to ministries, going to NATCOM, going to different people. They would only like the idea, but since it is not a one-man thing, I have to, you know, struggle to make sure that the concept is spread and people participate. So it wasn't successful because most of the companies here hardly sponsor local initiative or rural initiatives. Maybe if it is around the combos or developed areas, they would say, okay, let me drive by and just give them some. But in provinces, they would say, before I cross the ferries, you know, these are all factors that mostly bar them. But I also,
you were pushing forward.
You know, I'm not very pleased with such mentalities, because the Gambia is the Gambia. We need to decentralize, as in the Local Government Act, that we should decentralize functions. If a very important monument as good as a UNESCO accredited one here called the Niumi, called the Fort Bullen, established in 1826.
1826.
Yeah, we could have created here a lot of things. Here could have been one of the leading tourist destinations.
Exactly. Because obviously it should.
Of course, you see,
I don't know for now, but it should.
You know, but that there was no special fund by government to support cultural things. It was never possible until around 2018, when Ahmad Ba came as the Minister of Tourism and Culture. You know, we saw his decentralizing concept. So when we went to him that, you know, we are wanting to hold a festival, he said, okay. At least he gave us a $25,000 to start with, you know.
But that $25,000 was not supposed, maybe from his personal. From his personal coffers, but if it is to speak the truth, if it is to be, if it is a serious government, definitely serious government, we are supposed to take the initiative by themselves and make sure that they champion it, and because it will attract tourists.
That's true.
It will attract, you know, investors.
That's true.
Do you understand, in the tourism sector?
That's true.
So 25,000 was so meager, perhaps from his own personal fine.
Yes,
but if it is from the coffers, definitely that was too mega.
Definitely.
But then, nonetheless, yes.
Okay, so I could only reflect on that because there had never been such opportunities. You know, as little as it was, like you imply, but it had never happened. So because it happened, they gave us at least a 25,000 token. We added some other 10,000 from different people, you know, including the GPA. They also supported with 45,000. You know, thanks to Mr. Os Jobate and his management, they you know, considered the need for them to.
National Center for Arts and Culture, which is
the National Center for Arts and Culture, like they usually say, are not very much financially strong to run certain things. They normally work with GT board and the ministry, under the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. So it's like, until of recent, I had something like endowment fund, where artists can locally, you know, make their projects, write their projects, and then initiate locally their projects and be at least supported from a state, you know, managed. That is happening. Maybe by next year, people will start benefiting from that. But like you said, the amount was not very okay, but we only would be grateful because we were given at least than half a loaf better than none. Okay, that's why I want, you know, I like that impression you have given. You see, if Gambia is to remain peaceful, if we want to uphold our peaceful values, we have to promote those peace-building facilities or organizations that promote peace. There cannot be tourism without peace. Peace, in a broader context, touches across various areas, like the encouragement, the sea encouragement you're seeing here as an effect of climate change should be stopped, should be mitigated. That is part of peaceful peace promotion. But this, again, this cultural conversion of diverse people coming to Fort Bullen to at least entertain and also share their opinion and their various versions of history also require proper attention and adequate funding. Like if we can have the Minister of Tourism coming here just because we write a good proposal regarding how we want to do our festival, and we have another Minister of Senegal coming, and Sadio Mane expected to come, you know, Sadio Mane the player, because he's a philanthrope, and we want to build that good bond build that good relationship between Casamas and the Gambia. They are our relatives. Our intention is not to, we don't like seeing war. Whatever they may call it, be it war or a rebel incursion or whatever, we don't want to see our brothers dead. So Casamas should see Gambia as just a next door relative, not actually a neighbor, but a next door relative, because these are all colonial divides. So the festival is bringing about people to celebrate peace, as well as allow the Barra people to communicate their concerns during the course of the festival. One of which is to seek for support to mitigate these waste management challenges we are having. Because like I told you, there is this marine debris, and you cannot tell the ocean how many kilos of waste they should deposit or not. You know, there is this marine debris challenge, and these residential areas, and passers by, because over 600,000 people cross Barra every day because of the ferry services. And
Barra is now becoming a cosmopolitan, metropolitan settlement. So wherein people will actually have direct access
we have
to Barra.
Population growth
Those
also
that are crossing to go to Banjul must pass through Barra.
And most of the time they throw things. So we need to have more dustbins. Even beyond this festival time, we need to have more dustbins. We sensitize people about waste separation and waste transportation or keeping methods. You know, these are all challenges under waste management. But also these encroachment challenges also are concerned. Like if you look at that other end, there is massive sea encroachment.
Indeed.
This, when coupled with spring tide, it can mean for Wamo. Persistent rainfall, when coupled with spring tide,
it will be
leads to disaster.
It will be
because then it will be entirely saturated. Water will go nowhere, and there will be
flood.
There will be flood. You know, the Banjul one is just a signal. Barra is located at a most dangerous level than even Banjul. You know.
Okay, now let's focus our attention to the festival. Because there are a lot of preparations ahead of the festival, which is just a month or so.
Less than a month.
Less than a month
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks' time, you know, we shall witness a very monumental festival that would actually be hosted by Barra people, and not only by Barra but also
parts of Niumi.
Okay, so now what sort of preparation?
There will be Kankurang. There will be a proper Mandinka representation to show our tribal diversity promotion, tribal diversity advocacy. Because in promoting peace, you need to be inclusive. You need to have an all-inclusive package wherein every tribe will see being part of it or feel part of it. So the Mandinkas, despite here being a Mandinka dominated area or historically a Mandinka dominion, and thanks for their hospitality that they were able to accommodate others, these areas, and there's this growth now so clearly manifest that part of entirely Barra is a Serere dominated area thanks to the Mandinka generosity. So as Africans or Senegambians, we have been peacefully coexisting together.
Even before the coming of white man.
Yes, and we have this Sanawia mentality to police communities. You know, like when you want to do a bad thing, they say, hey, you belong to this good tribe, this noble tribe, don't do this. Tribal banter. In fact, that's why our ancestors used tribal banter to keep peace. If you want to fight this boy, he will tell you, you know this one is this, Niumo, you know, these were all tribes methods of maintaining peace. So thanks to their tribal banter, to this day we are enjoying that. So let politics not divide us. Let the interest of politicians winning this seat of power not divide us. You know, we are in fact interrelated. And the best way to pronounce that is to involve everybody in such a grand style festival, so that they see that, oh, we are seeing in the Gambia beautiful images of people of tribal diversity, you know, converging together, celebrating their cultural heritage, and telling their own stories and versions of peace promotion. The Mandinkas, the Jolas, the Fulas, even the first time they all came. The Kankurangs of Bunyadu, they came. And for your information, these Berending Kankurangs are normally from Bunyadu. And you have this Berending crocodile, sacred crocodile pool. We are using this festival to map out and show the need to grow there. Thank God the minister also initiated there to revive there, but we also can promote the same, speak with one voice, to see that all heritage sites in Niumi are located or are highlighted, identified, so that a certain tourist or a particular tourist anywhere can just say, if I go to the festival, I want to go to the sacred crocodile pool in Berending as it is in Bakau. We also want to make this approach, like we call it the heritage trail project.
Okay.
Yeah, we are working on that with the NCAC to make sure that it is actualized. We want to go to every community because there's another land here, land of 9 queens, land of 11 queens called Bakindi Koto, where we can have some of their artifacts.
What do you mean? What is that idea? Land of
11 queens.
11 queens.
That's Bakindi Koto.
Okay.
Bakindi Koto.
It's found in Niumi.
It's found in Niumi, just after Jinak.
Okay.
It's a cliffy area where, you know, it's an upland area,
okay.
a cliff-like area, settlement where queens
have a very, very rich
know,
history.
So Africa has for long been empowering women. So those
11 women, or 11 queens, were one time
rulers
queens
over here.
Okay.
They were rulers here.
They were substituting each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess that
is interesting.
That's very interesting.
And then
I would want to know about the history.
Very good.
About the 11. But then let's focus on the
preparation.
On the preparation.
Yeah.
How far? Because we coincidentally found you on Setal.
Yeah. When we communicated to the Alcalo, like respectively, everybody should be given. When we are from Kerewan and everywhere else, we went to the Alcalo also and told him our concern that we are the festival organization, like you know. We want to make sure that there is community engagement in this festival, so as to make it better, because some would come and, you know, feel more convenient sitting or sharing bed with their own relatives than going to lodges also. So he said, okay, what dates have you chosen? We said we propose on the 2nd, 3rd and 4th December, and so people are invited. He said, look, I will make sure that I support you. Your concerns I will address. What do you want me to do? I told him when we are concerned with the waste management challenges here, because if tourists are to come, and when I say tourists, I don't only mean the white woman or the white person. I mean anybody who may, you know, in fact, anyone who comes to the country. Yeah, we call you tourists. You know, here if you say tourists, they think you are promoting Western presence, but no, you somewhere can come to Barra and stay in one of the lodges with your children for a night or two, for a day or two, and come to visit Fort Bullen. Then go for another destination to Berending during their holidays. These are all tourists in that So these things need to be communicated to. They need to be promoted, you know, and they need to be seen, done, so that others will emulate it. You know, if you have the habit of going and visiting certain places with your child.
Welcome back. You are watching Africa Renaissance TV, and I am Bakari Mane. My guest here is Abba Haidara in Barra. He is the founder and the head of the Barra or Niumi Fort Bullen Cultural Festival that is to begin on the 2nd of December 2022. Yes, Mr. Haidara.
Yes.
So now let's look at the setting, you know, of this cultural festival. You know, because looking at it, you have the only space that you have, you know, to display this cultural festival is, I guess, is in front of this museum or in front of this monument. So, and there is no structure that actually can accommodate. Yeah, exactly. So how do you intend to host?
Yeah, normally we used to pave it better so that it is rid of this grass and stones. We, you know, gather stones and decorate them into pavements. Okay, we also hire tents. We surround the monument with tents for trade fair reasons. Some for Red Cross encampment.
Okay, there will be trade fair too.
Yes, there will be trade fair. This local Niumo.
Okay.
You know,
so
there will be trade fair because there was trade fair also.
Okay.
Yes.
So in this trade fair, what are some of the goods that would be sold?
Normally they are local products, but it attracts also people from the Comoros.
Okay.
Because like there's a certain guy who has this ice cream caravan. That one also came and he sold a good lot of money because, you know, these are all, it was an opportunity to sell massively.
Okay.
So her ice cream and others, chickens and whatever.
So you are talking about ice cream.
For example, I'm telling you, the children are potential customers in ice cream. So it becomes a merriment to have ice cream around this area to at least cool the nerves and enjoy. Children love it. Then there was this chicken, there was this, but the children purchased more. Okay. And you know, Barra children, they work. Yeah. They always have money. They are unlike somebody in other places. Yeah. They easily have money because it's an economic area, you know, where they can even have money from collecting small.
So do you normally sell those stalls for trade fairs? come, those who want to sell their products? Do you normally sell stall for them? Because that is that's also another way of generating.
Yes, but it is not much. Normally, we ask them to pay 500, but that is relating to that pays the transportation cost, because our intention was not directly to discourage them due to costliness of things, but we are encouraging them to come to realize for themselves the potentials this floodplain environment has for them as an economically empowering venue or site. So we were giving that impression. But tents, you know, nobody will give out tents like that.
No.
We have to try them from combo. So that is why we said, if you pay 500, we are going to give you 3 meter by 3 meter. So we use those 500 to pay back the rentage and transportation costs. So we are not doing it for profit or whatever. We just wanted to show the picture and the niceness of having tents all around in a form of a trade fair where local products are exhibited, and then certain ambience take place, like the kankurangs, the simbas, you know, the sabars and the serere women, you know, cultural dance called the gambas. These were all nice, and the fullers as well. The fullers also came. In fact, they were saying they took force because they performed extremely well here. The chubalos also came. But
when you say the fullers, there are different categories of fullers. There are the other fullers that use the what they call the nyanyeji, and then
they also came.
Okay.
You know, they also came. Their music is somehow in crescendo all the time, in crescendo. So they all came. It was nice. I think I can send you the video of those events so that you have a good.
Definitely.
It was just nice because it was culturally diverse. Everybody came. But it is becoming bigger this time. My only worry for now is that revenue is not coming as expected.
But revenue will come. But then what about the accommodation?
That's why I am crying for revenue, because you need to book before their arrival.
So where do you normally book?
There are local lodge owners. We do meet with them.
In Barra here?
And Esau and Mayamba. There is Sembe Samai in Mayamba. There is in Esau the Octagon. And another guy, Sonko. He has also a lodge somewhere. A youth man, very friendly youth man. You know, he also has lodge. So normally we do meet with them and discuss, you know, how they will lower down their prices for at least a reasonable cost, so that they will also come and patronize, so that the happy customer that comes to you today will also say it is nice that you go to Mr. X Lodge when you come. The Alcalo also has a very fine one. It's called Mandela. Very fine one. In fact,
they are not very far from.
No. This is the closest to this place.
So do you think that those lodges will be able to?
They are up to standard. No, they cannot lodge all actually, because
so
if we are expecting 400 from Casamas and Fonyi N, we are expecting 500 or more from Tubakuta N. Guests plus the VIP guests.
What about the international ones?
No, those ones are not much. They are around 10-15.
Okay.
The ones we know. And you know, in such things, during such things, you see tourists from other hotels around they just come along. Like we have seen just tourists.
Like some will even watch this. Some will watch this interview and then would want to come. So that is why the date is very, very important here.
Very good.
And then the contact person, so that whoever wants to come during the festival can come. And obviously we are in a tourist season. And then most tourists are in Gambia right now. So we have tourists. In case you are watching this, this is one of the best time for to see the cultural diversity
of the Niuminkas.
Of the Niuminkas.
Of the Niuminkas, you know, land of Brunei Sonko.
Who are sons and daughters of the Jarankas. Actually.
No, who are the patriarchal heads of the Jarankas.
I have a friend who actually said his first son is from Niumi here.
Okay.
Actually.
That's
so
a blessing.
Now, I want to believe that the festival, you know, is going to be a very, very big time success. But then, what about the food? Are the guests going to cater for themselves, or the committee is going to?
The guests we invite, we will want to cater for them. We will give the option of them cooking it themselves if they want, or we cook it for them and give them. You know, it's a matter of choice.
But then
the VIPs are to be catered for. We are going to look at the professional guys. We ask them, we give them the contract to at least package everything and we bringing to them because to their lodges and respective areas. But the locals here normally do enjoy malo more than you know this. You know,
and even some of these international guests don't be surprised. They will prefer they will prefer the rice and then the because that is what makes it even cultural. You know.
But you touched on something very interesting, and it's also important. You mentioned contactability. That is Malik. That one you are seeing is Malik. Malik is our program manager. For he's head of the guest relations. Also,
I will talk with Malik later.
You can take his contact also for publicity or whatever.
So now, as the coordinator or the head of the founder of this cultural festival, and then you want it to be very successful this time, and then in the subsequent one also, the success you may receive from this one will epitomize the subsequent one as well. So what would you tell, as your final words, as far as this festival is concerned?
Okay, my closing remarks are that I like everybody, all and sundry, from the diaspora, be you in the diaspora, in the Greater Banjul area, in the Senegalese, or anywhere within the Senegambia, West Africa, Africa, anywhere in the world, patriots, philanthropes, I invite everybody to the festival, which is supposed to be held on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th December. The main reason for hosting this festival is not only limited to entertainment or cultural shows. It is also about environmental disaster mitigation measures, because there is massive encouragement around this UNESCO accredited World Heritage Site called Fort Bullen. Something needs to be done for it to be preserved. And also, we have waste management challenges here. You have seen for yourself the marine debris and also the waste garbage generated from the residents and other passers-by. So on that note, I'll request from government to please help the community of Barra through this Niumi Fort Bullen Festival organization with a sanitary truck. This goes to Talib Bensouda, this goes to Rahim Malik Low, this goes to the governor of West Coast region, and any council that think he can give the community of Barra at least one sanitary truck to make sure that we manage these waste challenges. Alhamdulillah, we would love that. We will also like government to give us more funding, because we are community workers. We want to make sure that we make development sustainable, be it in terms of disaster mitigation or waste management, because communities need to be allowed to determine their development priorities, but we are also under-resourced. We need to be given amounts, the required sums, especially as enshrined in the Finance and Lead Laws of the Local Government Act, or of the local government. Council should also be giving us. Our institutions here, the GPA, ferries, the banks, Access Bank, Trust Bank, they need to also respect these community endeavors. They also need to be pumping the adequate resources we need. Please, let them effect their corporate responsibilities. They may be doing it, but not to our understanding. And if they are doing it, now we have agreed with the VDC to have one account wherein they will be putting their whatever they may be giving us for the waste management, to address the waste management challenges of Barra.
Okay, if you look at the fort here, the way it is looking today, some time ago, like many years ago, I came here on an excursion. The way the fort looked those days and now it's almost the same. So it means there has not been any improvement down here. So I guess that boils down to, what you have said, that, it is managed not by the community, it is managed by outsiders like the NCAC. And then they are in Banjul, they might not know what obtained here. So, like, you want to use the festival to make sure that you communicate
with the relevant authorities.
With them, exactly. Here, in this case, they are the relevant authority to actually allow you to occupy the place or to manage the place so that it can look very attractive come next year. Because looking at it, like you've just said, the sea is not very far from here. And then there should be
a jetty.
Exactly. To preserve this particular, or else it will consume.
Gradually it is happening. The signs are there, the danger signals are there. That's why we need to mitigate it.
Indeed.
In fact, a whole minister was brought here, the former environment minister was brought here. He was shown the flood-prone areas, you know. But then that was it. He just came and it was on the news and it's over. But nonetheless, we just keep on knocking. Like what you said is also very good. As enshrined in the Local Government Act, that you allow communities to determine their development priorities, fine. Our priorities for this Fort Bullen development is that the environment of Fort Bullen, not basically the structure itself, because it is under it is a UNESCO accredited World Heritage Site, managed or overseen by the NCSC with GT board, but also the environment. The environment can be improved for tourist-friendly businesses, you know, because this will create dependable livelihood earning means for the locals, and it will also keep the area cleaner. And it will not also be boring, because there will be a lot of attraction sites. If, for example, you develop a craft market here for our women, our local women, you see chup, batik, and other forms of craft done by Gambians for Gambians or tourists. You know, these are all ways of exhibiting our own traditional way of doing things.
So this place, does it have a curator, like someone when tourists come here who will give them the, you know, the history, the background of these particular?
For now, there is the watchman here. It is only the watchman we found here.
Who does that?
Yes.
Is it accredited to be someone who should be given those kind of information?
Yeah, anyway, because maybe he lives in Mbolet or somewhere very close to Barra, that's why he's giving that. But he's always here, that I know. But then he does not give the stories, because he's not responsible for the museum. Somebody is responsible. A Barra girl is given to oversee.
So she knows the story.
Yeah,
she knows all the story.
But what I understand is now the museum is closed because.
But yes, even though the museum is closed, but you know the fact that the structure is here.
Yes.
And this used to be a hub.
Yeah.
You know, so for tourists, for how to call it, it's a hub for tourists, and then this particular
for historical research as
exactly.
well. Yeah.
So there should be someone who should be here, who should be giving the tourists. We met tourists that are just from here.
Okay.
So those tourists should be told, you know, the stories,
the
stories, the story about the
monument,
exactly.
the Fort Bullen monument.
So if you don't have that, you know, then that means a medium of very important, you know, medium of tourist relationship with the historical site, you know, been, you know, swept away.
Okay, that's true. Let me add that they should also include the local version of the history here. Yeah. The official version is the archived ones and the artifacts they have gathered here, that I know and I saw. But then the local version of the Fort Bullen story should also come. That's where we want to also promote during the festival. That you will see Kora players with the griots and also explain their version of the Fort Bullen heritage, the Fort Bullen as a historical site. Yeah. Because there's no one way of history. There are different ways.
Yeah, oral history and written record.
Yes. But again, I will come back to the environment. The environment needs to be protected, as well maintained. And it should be seen to be a tourist destination, wherein you see craft markets, craft walks, where you can see a special arena for traditional sports and games promotion, because it's a Serere community, and you know sports is money. To maintain that, you know, to generate some form of revenue to take care of the environment. I thank you all so very much. I wish you a nice festival. You all come here and enjoy a very vivacious festival. Even Jarankas are allowed to come here to their fatherland to enjoy this massive festival. Thank you all.
Yes, Jarankas are allowed to come and enjoy to their sons and daughters' land for this massive festival. He was Abba, the founder of Niumi Fort Bullen Festival, which is to start on the start or the second. And
on the third is the main events day.
Exactly.
On the second we are receiving guests, preparing the ground. But on the third is the main events day.
And the final day.
No, the final day is Sunday, where we allow guys to go. We certificate people. You know, those who are in a hurry can go the same day, third day. You know, like officials will go the same third day.
Okay. Seated beside me here is Khadijatu Baji. She is also an executive member of the most talked about cultural festival that is taking place, that will take place here in Barra. So she will discuss with me about the preparation, you know, as you know, ahead of this cultural event. This is Khadijatu.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Assalamu alaikum. So, my name is Khadijatu Baji. I am part of the Niumi Fort Bullen festival that is coming to take place on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Yes, and I am an executive member. And then this year, I am the flag bearer of the event.
Wow. That's congratulations to you.
Thank
so
you.
How is the event? How prepared are you with your flag bearership? How prepared are you to making sure that this particular event that is coming on the 2nd is a spectacular one?
Okay. For anyone that is out there viewing us right now, I want you to be present, because this year is going to be different with the past one. This time it is the Jola one that is going to take place. The previous years it was the Fuller, and last year was a Wolof, and this year we choose the Jola to become the flag bearer of this festival.
So that will make it the most successful one.
And the most
one thing I know about the Jolas, they do whatever they are to do, they do it perfectly. I have a Jola wife. I know very well, Jolas, they do it. But for you, actually, I have to come and see whether what you are saying here is going to be a reflection. But now, considering the fact that you are not a Nyominka actually, and you are taking part in this festival, what brought that idea all about? Okay.
To globalize this, I started with Fuller, Wolof, then Jola. That alone, it is telling you that we are just our outstanding call for this festival is not for only Niumi alone, but to say that the whole Gambia is as one. That is why if you take a look at it, I am from Fonyi, but I am taking place at this. So we want us to take this tribalism, whatever, out of whatever we are doing and see the Gambia.
And politics as well.
Definitely. This is why this Niumi Fort Bullen festival, it is calling for each and everyone to be here. And then this year, I promise each and everyone to come out there and see what is going to happen.
Actually, Africa Renaissance TV will be here to see what actually obtained in this festival. But okay, now for your preparation, I want to be very much, I'm concerned about how prepared you are, because you are sounding as if the program is going to be very successful. So what are some of the things that will make the program successful to you?
Okay.
Because I know very well that the program is, you are from Settle today, you've cleaned the environment where the program is going to center on, and then Niumi, Barra here being the center of the program. Actually, that gives me an idea that actually the program is well prepared. But what are some of the things that you think on the day of the program people will be very happy to see?
As you all have witnessed the outstanding of the people that comes out, that shows that unity is already here. So wherever there is unity, the hope is high. So we're hoping that this one will be one of the best, definitely.
Thank you very much, Ms. Khadijatu. She is the flag bearer of this year's cultural festival, which is to commence on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of December 2022. But the main event, according to the programmers, is going to be on the 3rd. Africa Renaissance TV will be in attendance.
Inshallah.
Sitting beside me is one of the most influential person in this cultural festival. He is Malik, FK Kujabi. And he is the event manager of the most talked about cultural festival. Malik, you are speaking to Africa Renaissance TV. As the program or as the festival manager, what is the level of preparation you are having right now?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mane, for your comment. And then we really appreciate, you being here. As the event manager for Niumi Fort Bullen Colonial Heritage Festival, it is almost at a high gear, whereby preparations are very high with me, especially as the man in charge. It is not easy though, because of you encounter challenges all over from different angles.
Indeed. Festivals are not
exactly. So it takes so many engagements, trying to put things in place, trying to knock various doors for support and the like. So well, anyway, as we are almost at the final stage of the preparation, so many groundworks have already been done. and then we only just left with maybe only few of it, and then from there, we can concentrate on the main event.
Okay, so many things have been already done. So what are some of those things that are already been done already?
Yes, the things that are already been put in place, like we have met our various stakeholders, and then we have approached them, knock on their doors for support, and anyway, they are responding. Fine. We are putting things into consideration, whereby we see to it that all sundries to make sure that they answer to this call, because it has been a little overdue, whereby we could not host the event due to the corona pandemic, and this is our third edition. So we did it for the first time, the second time, and then this third time also we are coming into it, and then there is a different, a big different. Yeah, because this time around there is a bit different because of the previous years, and then this year is quite different because of this time we are coming with full GR support.
So last year we are not coming with full GR. Last year the number of, the previous years, the number of people who participated, participated in the festival, we are not actually as much as the one that you are expecting now.
Yes, and to the turnout for the first one was fine. The second one somehow better
than the first one.
There, but I believe like it was, the commitment of the community, the people. You have to engage them. You have to engage the elderly. You have to engage the youth, the stakeholders, and the like, to join in hands to make sure that to give a support, because it is something that that it's not an individual, as in it's for all the entire of whatever Niumi and then Gambia itself in general, because as you can see I am speaking, I am a Foninka.
You are not from Niumi?
Yes, I am a Foninka. So I am part of Niumi, and then I believe that Niumi is in me.
Indeed, indeed.
Exactly.
Indeed. Yeah. So now, looking at your role as the event manager, the role is very, it's a very important role.
Yeah.
So if the program goes well, it kudos to you.
Yeah.
If the program goes bad, also it is you. The pointing finger will be on you.
Exactly.
So I guess you put that into consideration.
Actually.
And then how far have you gone with your event managing? Because you have to, like you said, there are a lot of things that have been done. But actually, we see that this is the center where the event will take place, and then the center is not properly, because you need. What are some of the things that you may need, in fact? To make sure that this place is properly set to host the event.
Yes. Yeah, now, as you can see, our first target was to do the cleansing exercise, which we are in progress.
Yes.
Immediately that one is done, we are looking in for our donors, our support to come over and then make sure that help in those logistics of like performance stage, canopies and the like and then other tents for trade fairs. Are you seeing the point? Yeah, because those are necessities.
Indeed.
Yeah. So with that.
So have you already factored those ones out?
Yes.
Have you already gotten them? Have you already grabbed
No,
them?
I am yet to grab or actually what I needed actually, because if it is let's say 100%, it's just less beyond that.
Like 30%.
Yeah, exactly.
You have already gotten 30%.
Yeah, exactly.
There are still more percentage left.
More percentage left. So we're still waiting for their call, to their response, to make sure that let them respond as soon as possible, because we are against time.
Okay, now how many guests or how many people, including guests and residents, are you hoping to accommodate for this festival? How many people?
Well,
estimate-wise?
Approximately, 1,000 plus, because we have our partners in Tubakuta, whom that we are expecting, they are coming over because of we have created, how do we call it, partnership Zemolas, in between, and then that is the Niumi Badia, cultural festival. So we expecting their turnout, and then also you have the Casamas people over there, and then we have also some of our partners also from the heritage management in Greece. So we expecting them very soon. They'll be learning, and then though they have contributed a lot in uplifting us, because we have signed an MOU with them for almost a period of 10 years. And then during that course of period, the reason why I am able to I have the confidence with me that this year's festival will be the most successful one, because of we have passed through them, and then they saw us most of the training, let's say, in community engagement, heritage management, heritage interpretation, and then conservation.
So the VDC, the Village Development Committee of of Barra here, are you engaging them also to making sure that your this festival?
Yes,
because they are the center of
exactly. That point, is very important. You just phrase up. The VDC is part and parcel of us, because we have to make sure that we are in partner with them, and then that is we have already did that. That is why you have seen their turnout on the cleansing exercise, and then we are working in hand. They are also contributing towards the preparation of the event. Yes.
Okay. Now the festival itself come on the day. There will be, what are some of the things that you will be highlighting on the day of the festival as the event manager? What are some of the things, and how are they going to unfold during the festival?
Okay. During that period,
because you will have a lot of cultural,
we have different cultural diversity that will come over.
Yes.
Okay. What we're going to do is like we will have this history of Niumi. You have this Niumi Sinkir Worowolo. Okay, and then from this Brunei family, whom that will present him to put on the costume, whereby this
Brunei will be brought back.
Brunei will be brought back. I see the point. And then with that they will march from the safe coast with these cultural groups come over, whilst Khadijatu will put on her Jola Costural costume with the Batia all the way from Banjul end. Coming. It's going to be an ambience, a big one for that matter. If you look under the posters I sent you, you see ambience. Enjoy the ambience.
I saw the dress you wore. I saw the dress. I guess see depict a typical Jola.
Absolutely.
A typical Jola queen.
Yeah, and then that very day she's going to be the queen of Niumi.
Indeed. On the picture, she looks like the Jola woman that I have in my mind right now.
Exactly.
That one will be left for another day. But now let's look at this event. I guess I am trying to picture the event in my mind to see how beautiful the picture. But then let's look at the tourism aspect of it.
Yes.
The tourism attraction aspect of it. Because you are trying to sell a very good, cultural image to the wider world, and we are in the tourist season. So do you make any engagement so that some of the tourists that are in Gambia here who are not aware about this cultural event to be made aware about this cultural event, and also to use the opportunity to come and see real culture taking place here in your...
We have a web page, a website whereby we develop, post most of all our activities that are taking place.
I guess in fact to liaise with the GT board, as far as this is concerned, it's very important, so that
I was there for the past couple of weeks. I was there. I went to meet Mr. Kebe, who is the PRO of the GT board. I served them the letter of support, and then he is going to be here because I'm going to grace him as the master of ceremony that day. So we know there are potentials because of it is also their role and then their responsibility.
Yeah, he shouldn't only come as a master of ceremony, but he should also make sure that you know he uses influence to attract tourists, to bring tourists on that very day to come and witness this particular, even if they are not going to stay the whole night or they're not going to be lodged here, but they just come and then see what is happening here in Niumi and then go back. Then the following day they can also come and whatever the actually it is going to help.
That's why it will be also we are urging also for the minister to make sure that to look into that aspect to this tourism industry aspect of it, because of we need their concentration. Then they have to make sure that they do their homework into that, so that it will be attracting, because of this is about heritage, this is about culture. I see the point. And then we have seen to it that most of within our our let's say the youths and then the future ones coming, even within Barra premises and its satellites community, some of the students are there, they don't even know where the fault plane is. I see the point. Yeah, so which that is very sad.
That's very sad.
It is very sad. So they need to be updated. They need to know about all these things that are going on, and then they need to. So I'm even planning to make sure that to put in a kid program that will bring the awareness of the kids on that very day. We will give them a platform to showcase, and then make sure that they will also see themselves in the festival. So
that is also on your plan.
Yes.
You are planning.
The workload, is just
indeed. But
anyway, I've almost, I can say it, gone most part of it. I am done with it. I mean, Khadija for the costume here and there. It requires a lot of cost. She's the very one who created that for herself, and then it requires a lot of finance. Approximately 10,000 worth of it, more than that. You have to buy these beats, you have to buy and then other things and the wrappers and the like so many things. So all that thing alone, it needs finance. So we need the support. They have to make sure they answer to our call.
So now you are seated here in your capacity as event manager, but then you also have Africa Renaissance TV here interviewing you, and you have the opportunity to speak to a number of thousands of people
of them,
worldwide, which include Gambian and non-Gambians, African, everywhere, wherever one is. You talk to them about this event, and then how the support you may need to make sure that it is a success. Talk to them. You have the opportunity.
You see, that was the reason why I meet most of these prominent offices, ministries, which that we have the confidence that they can contribute 100% to this. Like the likes of the Lord Mayoress of Banyan, Rohim Malik Low. Yes, because we have seen her strength, her capacity, in the development, and then the agenda. I see the point. So we will need, her attention. Though they normally, answer to our call for the previous, events, festivals, and then also, Talib also. We will seriously in need of him, because especially as this waste management you are seeing, it's a necessity, it's a concern. And then we have seen what he have done already in KMC. So he can support. Let him help us with the trucks, tools, and then items which that we can able to use it and then go in with this waste management. Even tricycles, whatever they can. We are ready to receive any kind we have Ministry of tourism, as I told you, and they have to in line with the GT board, and then the National Center of Arts and Culture they are supporting too, and then our partners also with the heritage management in Greece, they have contributed a lot, so probably we're expecting them by next week Thursday. We have our prominent artists whom that they are very, very, very vibrant. It is their concern, such as let's say by Njogu Toure. He's an artist, a big artist. The whole Gambia knows about him. He does his exhibitions. If you go to most of these hotel industries, you will see, his works,
portraits, yeah.
his portraits over there. You have the likes of Limo Jata. Limo have been, in the US for almost about 40 to 45 years. He was the founder of the accounting. The instrument called accounting with one string.
Yes, yes.
And then, the prominent artist called Bai Jangha.
They are all going to be part of it.
They are all going to be part of it.
They are supporting us.
Yeah, they are supporting as well. So we are going. Even yesterday I spoke to them. So I am sending them their invitations tomorrow on Monday.
Thank you very much, Malik, for your those very wonderful words.
Thank you.
Africa Renaissance TV. I am Bakari Mane, and that was Malik. He was taking us through the preparation ahead of the festival. Well, viewers, that does it for this interview. You've heard from the organizers of the Niumi, Fort Bullen Niumi Cultural Festival. They said the cultural festival is expected to commence on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of December 2022. The cultural festival is expected to host guests over 1,000 plus that will come from all parts of Africa and some in the international world, such as Greece. The cultural festival shall highlight cultural diversity of different cultural groups and ethnicity here in Niumi. Africa Renaissance TV shall be here to cover the program entirely. So therefore, tune to Africa Renaissance TV and you shall follow the program come on the day. I was your presenter, Bakari Mane, and thanks to my cameraman and camera woman in the persons of Mr. Fatayo and that of Hadi Cham. Bakari Mane, until I come your way next week. Bye-bye.